Hello everyone and welcome to another beer review. Now we're back in the normal beers, so there's no little electronic gizmos assisting with the pour or trying to make the product better than it really is, which is probably a good thing because I think, like I've said in previous videos, a lot of people are going a bit crazy. Now, I'm going to do a beer here and I think I already know what it's going to be like. I do have a kind of inclination. I've seen adverts for it in the past and I've seen it on my travels round about in places, mostly in a lot of kind of smaller shops. It is sold in the bigger shops, but it seems to be more noticeable if you're in kind of more smaller kind of independent shops or smaller kind of food shop chains in the UK, and it's basically be kind of promoted as an American style beer. Oh, but it's from the Purveyor of Pisswater in Wolverhampton. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There is a brewery in Wolverhampton that makes a lot of beers for the UK market, lots of different beers for the UK market. And I've got to be honest, the majority of them are kind of piss water. So there you go. But today we're doing a Brooklyn Pilsner. Now you know this has been nowhere near Brooklyn, unless there's a place in Wolverhampton called Brooklyn. Anyway, so it's a Brooklyn brewery. Brooklyn Pilsner, 660ml. I can't remember what it was. The problem was I had to buy this stupid big bottle because I could only get it in a 6-pack. And I didn't want a 6-pack. I wanted to be charging for the 6-pack. They can go fuck it to themselves, basically. They can go right off. So I thought, no. So I went for this one. So it's a Brooklyn brewery. And what does it say about it? Brewed and bottled in the UK. On behalf of the Brooklyn Brewery by Carlsberg Malton's Brewery, Wolverhampton. So there you go. I told you it was going to be Wolverhampton. I just had this kind of... But apparently it's the case is on behalf of the Brooklyn Brewery. So this is going to taste like a Brooklyn Brewery beer. Yeah, right, okay. So, what glass should I put? Bugger it, I'll put it in this glass. I've got a few glasses because I'm going to do a few reviews. So I'm going to do a few videos and kind of build up. I would also like to say thanks to everybody who responded to my requests for beer suggestions and good places to get beer while I was in Leeds. I did manage to get quite a few bottles. I didn't manage to get all the ones that were recommended just because they just weren't there, but I did get quite a few of them, and I also got some others while I was there as well, so that was quite good. So good shout out to everybody who gave us their advice and their recommendations. That was very much appreciated, and I hope you'll look forward to me reviewing them in the future. So let's crack this open. It's 4.6%, it's a 660ml bottle. I think it was some sort of deal, whereas the case is though you were getting, is it 2 or 3 bottles for a £5 or some crap like that, or £6, I think it was. I can't quite remember. It was in Tesco's. So, hell of a smell of cabbage, as they say. Yeah, that's like strike for fuck's sake. Seriously, name of Christ. Right, let's get it poured. Seriously. Look at this. There we go. Let's hold up to the cam. It's absolutely reeking of cabbage, so it is. Jesus God. Yeah. I think there's more coming from the bottle than there is coming from the actual glass. Not as bad as the glass, but the bottle, Jesus, when I cracked that open, getting wafts of cabbage. Kapusta, as they say in Russian. Right. What smell am I getting? Well, apart from cabbage, am I getting any other smells? Not really. I'm getting a slightly kind of sherbety smell. That's it. I'm not really getting any malt or anything else. It's just, no. Anyway, let's see what it tastes like. It should be wonderful. Um, Surprisingly enough, it's not as bad as what I thought it was going to be, which is a bonus for me because I was kind of dreading doing this. So I think, well, I need to get this over and done with as quickly as possible and just get out of the way. Because I have never tasted it. I'll be totally honest, when I've seen it there, I've not really wanted to taste it, but I thought, well, at the end of the day, sometimes you have to review beers that you feel it's going to be bad. I just hope to God they're better than what you think they're going to be. And this appears to be on the surface like that. It is slightly Pilsner with a slightly lemony kind of tones. So it is, but ooh, slightly soapy kind of tones as well, as I'm now starting to kind of notice. Maybe give myself a good swallow in the mouth with it. Hold on. Right, yeah. No, it's just slightly lemony accents. Maybe get ever so slightly kind of soapiness in the aftertaste, but again, that sometimes can come from the hops. Mouthfeel, it's not too bad. Quite easy to drink from that point of view. It's actually not too bad. Now, I'll be honest, as I've said before, I'm not saying that I don't like lager. It's not my first choice. Just because I feel that there just isn't enough flavour in a lot of lagers. They're kind of lacking. And while I can drink them in, you know, for the same reason as quite a lot of people to be refreshed and everything else, after a couple I get bored and then I want to go and try something else. Or if there isn't anything else available, then I won't drink. Because if I'm going to drink something that I'm kind of feeling is a bit bland and just kind of bored with, then I might as well just drink water. From that point of view, no point. If I go to a party and all I've got is kind of lager, after a couple I think, well, I'll just go in the water or something else, because why should I waste somebody else's beer on me if I'm not really enjoying it and not getting any benefit from it? So that's my kind of view. Whereas other people, they'll just keep stiffing the same blooming drink every night and they're quite happy, which is great. Not a problem with that. I am that type of person. I am who I am, and people are different from me, but no. So, this isn't so bad from that point of view. So let's break down the flavours. Right, you're getting light malts to start with. Not really hoppy. A little hint of underlying sweetness, but just kind of light pale malt. And a little bit of grain. Move on to the mid-tongue. You're getting a little lemon kind of accent, still getting the grain. A little bit of light malt and a very, very light accent sweetness. But you are just seem to be getting this slightly hint of soap in the mid-tongue, which gets a little bit stronger in the aftertaste. Again, move on to the aftertaste and things are just kind of starting to dissipate, so the kind of light malt starting to dissipate, the kind of grain starting to dissipate, little lemon accents are starting to kind of dissipate, but you just do get this kind of sensation of kind of slightly soapiness, as if like you're licking a bar of soap, or you've been soaking the fairy bottle. Now I know what you're up to out there, I know there's lots of people that are doing that, now stop it. Stop soaking the fairy bottle. That's not a euphemism, by the way, just in case anybody's thinking that way. I was actually referring to the Hand That Do Dishes product. It's a bit off-putting, that. That slight kind of soapiness. No, that was quite off-putting. Right. It's not too bad, but just that taste is just, it's slightly kind of cleaning chemical kind of scenario that really just does not go well at all. What would I give this out of 10? Price wise, well, I think it's just kind of mainstream Pisswater price, to be totally honest. Maybe slightly above that. Is it really a Pilsner? Well, it hasn't got the kind of bitterness of a proper Czech Pilsner. And it doesn't really have the crispness and kind of dryness of a kind of German Pilsner. Yeah. I'd say it's kind of lacking from that point of view, from it being a Pilsner. But flavour tones, some of the flavour tones, they're okay, they're fine. They're nothing special or wonderful, but they're okay. They're, you know, fairly kind of pleasant, not unoffensive. Sorry, not offensive. Why am I saying unoffensive? Not offensive, they're unoffensive. But there is one kind of flavour that is slightly offensive, and the more you drink it, the more it becomes more prevalent, because I think the flavour just kind of builds up in your mouth and just kind of stays there. So every time you're taking a drink, you just feel like you're kind of topping it up, and it just becomes more and more prevalent in the drink. Yeah, mouthful is okay. Quite light in the kind of carbonation for this type of beer. So from that point of view, it's quite sessionable, quite drinkable. Apart from that slightly kind of chemical kind of soapiness. So, what would I give this out of 10? Well, bloody hell. I would give this I would have probably given it a 5 out of 10. But seeing as it's been light strike because it's in a brown bottle, and it was absolutely stinking of cabbage when I opened it up, which is probably one of the things that's probably kind of affecting the flavour of it. But I can only drink and review what's in front of me. So if this has been a spoiled bottle, it's down to the manufacturer. It's not down to anyone else. At the end of the day, they chose what vessel and what colour of vessel to put it in and everything else. They are kind of, how would you say, privy to what everybody else knows. And if they choose not to act on it, well, that's their bloody problem. Then they're going to have to take the rough with the smooth, and yeah, they've caused this, nobody else. So I would have given it probably about a 5, maybe slightly more than a 5, maybe 5.5. But just with that kind of flavour, and also with the light strike and absolute stinking of cabbage, which is never a nice aroma to have when drinking beer. So I'm going to take it and give it so I'm toyed between 3.5 and 4. I'm going to give it a 4, but it could easily be a 3.5, so I want that kind of noted. It's very close to, you know, it's kind of in between a 4, a 3.5 and a 4, so really not that great, well below average. So would I recommend it? Probably not. Going from what I've got here, and you're still getting hints of cabbage off it, and it is just generally, yeah, some of the flavours are just, especially that kind of slightly chemical, kind of cleaner stroke soapy flavour is just really not nice at all. So it's 4 out of 10. I can't really recommend it from that point of view, but my view is if you want to give it a go, give it a go. But you're kind of gambling a bit, because I think it is susceptible to like strike, and it depends how it's been stored in the shop and everything else, and how that's going to affect it. But yeah, not great, and just another piss water from Wolverhampton. So thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.